The Osaka shooting range ready for another final at the Paralympic Games. Today it's the mixed 25-metre pistol competition in the SH1 category. 8 finalists hoping to make their mark on Paralympic history.
Well, we've got a pretty stacked field who've made it through to this final. World Championship medalists, Paralympic Games medalists. There's a mixed event, and we have just one woman qualifying, making it through to the top 8 after the qualification that's been going on most of today.
Not much of a rest for the athletes. Just over an hour ago, qualification finished. They had 2 series, one of rapid fire, one of precision. Big field, but only 8 will make it through to the final. And of those, of course, only 3 onto the podium. And of course, just the one precious gold medal. Our athletes have some time for sighting shots, but we will be introducing you to them very shortly. And then, of course, the fun and games begin, the action. And it is an exciting format where they have 4 series each. And then, of course, if you're at the bottom of the pile, there is elimination after that 20th shot. So, series of 5 shots. 10.2 or above is higher, or higher is a hit, and beneath that you will be recognised as a miss. Target back at 25 metres. We have seen some of the 10-metre athletes doing astonishing things. This will be equally impressive, I am sure, with some very, very inspirational and impressive athletes to boot.
So they had their precision round, like you say, first thing this morning. They had a little bit of a gap, and then it was the rapid fire section, which is the same as the format we will see in a moment. So they will be well warmed up, but now just having a chance to do their sighting shots. Every time you come back on the range, you're in a different position. And this, a new range. As there were 40 athletes in the qualifier, they wouldn't all fit on here, so it's the first time shooting on this range for some of these athletes. Some have already been in a final a few days ago, so they'll be getting used to the light.
And a fairly experienced lineup. Youngest is Densiuk at 32, and the oldest, of course, next to him, Yamaç, Turkey, at 48. This is shooting at just one target. You will see the targets bunched in 5s. That's for rapid fire, but the targets can also be used for this form. So in Olympic sport, the men will shoot individually 5 at a time. In the women's competition in the Olympics, it's a bit more like this, and this is the format that's been picked up in the Paralympics. 2 very different disciplines in terms of how you train and get used to hitting the targets. Remember, we may see the odd malfunction, and if it is allowable malfunction, it's not the athlete's fault, then they will be able to reshoot again. But, if that happens, we'll go through that. These are our 8, and we are ready to be introduced to them. Not a crowd, of course, here in the indoor shooting range, the finals range, but of course lots of fellow competitors, teammates, coaches, all creating the atmosphere and cheering on their favourites. This is the man from Poland. Beg your pardon, this is the man from the Ukraine, Alexei Densiuk, on position A. The 32-year-old, bronze in the 50-metre pistol in Rio. Next to him is Yamaç, Koran Yamaç from Turkey. A gold all the way back in Athens for him, so he's very experienced. This is the Polish athlete. He was there somewhere. Szymon Sawinski, the 39-year-old. And this is our sole female representative, Irina Liaku from Dnipro, 33 years of age, just outside the medals in the women's 10-meter air pistol competition here. Next to him, representing the Russian Paralympic Committee, Sergei Malyshev, 45 years of age now. A couple of silvers to his name at the Paralympics. China always a threat. They have two athletes, Yang Qiao, the 42-year-old, gold earlier on this week in the men's 10-meter air pistol, and followed up his success in Rio as well. Rahul Jakhar of India, 35 years of age, his first Para Games final. And over on shooting position H on the right-hand side, Huang Xiang of China, 35 years of age, silver in the men's 10-meter competition here, gold in this competition 5 years ago in Rio. Crowd being introduced, of course, the Chief Range Officer and the other officials who will make sure, fingers crossed, it all goes smoothly. And so, in not many minutes' time, we will know who will be the gold medalist. And a little problem there for Yang Qiao, just being shown to the officials. What are they worried about? I think it's where the monitor is, so it's just being moved for him.
Well, the athletes get 3 seconds per shot, and they are allowed to prepare and bring their arm up to 45-degree maximum angle before the range officer calls start. And then from there, it's 3 seconds for that shot. They'll bring their arms back down and re-prepare for the next. So it's sets of 5, but it could be deceiving with the 5 targets at the end. They're just using 1 target, but we'll see the scores above them coming up. Sets of 5.
Waiting to get underway. We're a little bit ahead of ourselves. 3:30 local time is when we're scheduled to start. We're a couple of minutes shy of that, and our officials are very punctilious. They want to get it on the second.
All about accuracy when it comes to shooting.
I think it probably is, even when it comes to timekeeping. And you will see in some events athletes with their own stopwatches to make sure they're not caught out. Here, they'll have red lights and green lights. The green light only on for 3 seconds. And they are able to get that shot away, including bringing the pistol up into position.
You can see the safety wires used at the moment. It's .22 caliber sport pistol, and safety is paramount when it comes to shooting.
Yeah, the grips will be moulded to the hands. The pistol itself between 1 kilogram, 1,400 grams. Remember, 4 series of 5 shots. It is hit or miss, and we'll see how we go. Targets blank above them on the screens. The ammunition being loaded now. Some seated, some standing, and have an advantage over the others because of that. Wait for the call of attention.
You can see how important getting that correct grip, getting the pistol to sit comfortably in the hand. Just one more chance to sight against the target.
That's the 3-second window that they have. We're keeping our eye on Huang, and that's a great start from Huang Xiang. The 35-year-old starting really well. Silver already at these Paralympic Games, gold here in in this competition in Rio, so the defending champion. There's the first miss from him. But he is the man at the top at the moment. Several athletes yet to register, including Malishev, Yamach and Yang. And it is his compatriot Yang who's at the bottom. Huang with 3, started well, just tailed off towards the end, and the Ukrainian Irina Liaku is in equal third alongside the Indian athlete Rahul Jakar. And that's how it has panned out. Not a great start from Yang Chao.
I wonder if there's any technical issue. Who would expect the athletes to have, those that have reached this final, already gone through that really tough qualifying round to make it into the top 8. It's unusual to see a 0 in the opening round. And you can't say that Yang Chao's not used to the pressure. He's already won a gold medal this week.
10-metre air pistol and 25-metre pistol. Very different though, different calibre, different weight. And the athletes like to, if they can, be involved in both, double up on their chances of a medal. But you do see there are very rare athletes who excel at both. Next series then. Remember, after 4 series of 5 shots, we lose our first athlete. Sawinski of Poland from the Start Club. He's the man who is in second place and asking the questions. And he will want to keep it in the green if he can.
Well, he made it into the final at the World Championships back in Sydney a couple of years ago. That was the last World Championships, but only managed a 7th on that occasion. So he has that experience at this level, but it's not going the way of the pole in this second series of 5 at the moment. Can he get a green for his final shot? He'll need it. That's not a strong follow-up. It looked so good at the start, didn't it, with that green opener and 3 in the first stage.
We will wait to see. It wasn't a hit fest, was it? Huang again doing really well, and look at the gap that he has opened up. Yang still struggling at the bottom. Sawinski, despite that display in the second series, is in second place with 4, and then it's tight behind with 3 in equal third.
Well, it's not a surprise to see Huang at the top with his score of 8, double his closest rival after just 2 series. Certainly looking good. And he's got to be one of the favourites. There's the man to beat. Came in on top after the qualifying, and he's currently on top as we've completed 2 of the first sets of 5 series. So 2 more to go, and then we'll start to have the knockout rounds.
And it can be very tense, those elimination rounds. Things can change in one series. It's the battle at the top, but a 4-point gap. Make that a 3-point because Huang missed his first one. We're keeping tabs on Sawinski, 4th in air pistol at Rio, the closest he's come to a medal, so he's in the hunt here. And Huang trying to make sure that he doesn't get any closer. At the moment, just 1 hit for each of these athletes in this 3rd series. At the bottom, it's Yang Chao, who's still struggling. Just 1 hit to his name as we head towards the last shot of this series. And a miss from Huang, but again, well, 3 hits from Deng Seok will leapfrog him over Sawinski, who only managed 2. And at the bottom, Yang and Irina Liaku are struggling to stay in this competition. no one really excelling in that third series. The best three from Alexei Densiuk, and that's why he is equal second. Huang still top, 10 for him. Tense stuff. This is the fourth series. Now we will lose an athlete after this, so we'll keep an eye at the bottom as well as at the top. Somebody's Paralympic hopes will be taking a bit of a dent in the next minute or two. These are the two in danger. Yang on the left-hand side, Irina Liaku on the right. Just one the difference. Liaku with a double hit in the first series, nothing since then. It's enough to be just ahead. Neither of these athletes scoring on the first of the series. It's going to be tight. Only Malyshev scoring on the first. And well, Yang is struggling. He's on two. Liaku on two as well. Will we end up with a shoot-off here to decide who goes out first in 8th place? This is a crucial shot for both of them.
Well, even if they get through this danger zone, I think they've got a lot of work to do to be able to move further up through the field. Yes, it's a matter of not getting knocked out, but obviously the real battle is targeting that podium.
Well, every place is precious, of course. At the moment, Huang at the top is looking very, very good indeed. On 11, he's 3 ahead of the next athlete, which is Sawinski. So, a shoot-off it is. The other athletes can relax. Those two athletes on in shooting positions will have to make sure they are ready. Liaku, Chow, locked on 3 apiece. Yang with a precious 2 hits in that last series. Just the one from Liaku which kept her in this competition. They'll see the green lights above the targets go on very soon. So the pressure on the bottom two. They will have to go head to head to see what happens. A little shake of the head from Liaku, 5th in the women's 10-metre air pistol. But this is much better than she managed this Paralympic Games in Rio. 15th and 22nd in 25 metre this event. She's got 4 World Championship goals, all in the 10-metre discipline though, so the left-hander doing really well. Of course, Yang with a gold already here in the men's 10-metre air pistol, defended that title, so that's really his bag as well, which is perhaps why we're seeing these two at the bottom of the pile. But let's see who can hang in here. Attention the call. They are ready. We wait for the lights to go on to green. Yang with a miss to start off. Oh dear, he's going to have to find a hit from somewhere.
Well, Liaku equally struggling at the start of this.
There's a precious green. And we'll have to wait and see what's happening with the Chinese athlete. But if there's ever a time to find some form, Now is it. One more target here. Yeah, with a couple. And if he can hit here as well, he can. As what a good recovery from Yang. And it is the Ukrainian, our only woman in this mixed field, who will have to put the safety back in and make her way, first off, back to her place next to the coach. What a disappointment. She was in 7th for quite a long time, but what a good time to put out some form. Yang Chao stays in.
Larinia Leaku has superseded her previous performances by making it through to this final in this event, but sadly not bettering that 8th position. She was just outside the qualifiers at the World Champs, finishing 9th. So still an improvement for the Ukrainian.
Study of chemistry at university. She said she needs to sleep well before a championship. I wonder if she's going to have a sleepless night thinking about that shoot-off. It's not to be. And she takes 8th place in this mixed 25-metre pistol competition. SH1 even is the category. 7 left. Another to go now. And although Yang saved his skin in that shoot-off, he's still 3 behind the equal 4th places. Melashev, Jaka, Yamach. You see Jaka, and that's the Turkish athlete Yamach. Next to him, the man who managed to stay in the competition, Yang Chao. It's still Huang Xing at the top, by the way, looking pretty good. Not a great start from the man who has a gold, a silver and a bronze. A couple from Athens, silver from London in air pistol. His dad has represented Turkey, has coached Koran. He will stay in, I am sure. Well, he's finding a little bit of form, isn't he, Yang, towards the end? It's not going to be enough, though. Yang Chao will have to make way. In goes the all-important safety. And the 42-year-old makes his way back to his coach, having taken 7th place here in Tokyo. Has a gold medal to his name already, of course. One from Rio as well, those in the 10-metre air pistol. He would have loved another one here, but I think he realises it was a bit of a long shot.
Well, it was that incredibly poor start of 0 that just left him chasing. That leaves us with a 6 and a 3-point lead for Huang at the top. He had a 4-point lead after just the first 2 series. Are we going to see that gap start to close as the pressure builds throughout this mixed final?
Well, there's still a long way to go. No doubt about that. Only a matter of minutes, but in this competition, that's an age. 6 left. And our 6th series coming up. Polish athlete Szymon Sawinski has been going about his business very nicely indeed. In 2nd place with 12. Yamach on the right. Melashev of the Russian Paralympic Committee on the left. Those are the 2 in danger at the moment. Not a great start from the Turkish athlete. Melashev has managed 1. And make that 2 out of 3. That's excellent work from the Russian athlete.
He certainly got the experience, competing at his 4th Paralympic Games.
Yeah, and he is now equal 4th with the Indian athlete, Rahul Jaka. The Indian not shooting as he would have liked. Well, no doubt about it, it's a big gap between 6th and what is actually equal 4th. 3 points the difference, and it is Koran Yamaç, the man from Ankara, who can add to his haul of 3 Paralympic medals. The last one a while ago now in London. 20th in the air pistol competition. He makes it into the final, but not a huge amount further than that. 6th place for Koran Yamaç of Turkey. It's interesting, he was in the Turkish army, lost his foot in a landmine explosion, but he said, I was given a second chance to reset my life. Positive thinker, that man, and he'll be happy, I'm sure, with that positive thinking to have got into this final. Now just the 5 left.
Well, you can see just how close it is. 1 point between each athlete from 5th up to 2nd. 1 hit. We could see all of that order change after these next 5. Sawinski sitting in that 2nd position. Malyshev surviving that tight situation in the final round. He's off to a strong start. Can he start to move out of the danger zone? Rahul Jaka had such a strong qualification. Finished 2nd after the 2 qualification phases, but that doesn't matter now. Needs to better that total of 12 if he's going to stay in this competition. I think the facial expression is giving us a clue that maybe that wasn't enough. Well, that's confirmation that the Indian Jaka Rahul will be putting the safety into his pistol as he leaves the range.
Yeah, the 35-year-old in his first Paralympic Games final. His best in the World Championship, 14th. So it's a real step up from the 35-year-old. I'm sure we'll see him again in future Paralympic Games. He's an artist by hobby, and I'm sure that he will not be too disappointed with his performance here today. 5th for him. Tight in 3rd place. Malyshev, Sawinski are level. Will they still be level and have to go to a shoot-off to decide who misses out on a medal?
Well, this is a man still in that top spot. He's been consistent. But this is the pressured area. No one wants to finish in 4th position at a Paralympic Games.
Now a good start from the Ukrainian. We'll keep a tab on both of these athletes as they go through these series of 5. That's better. Need to see what Malyshev is doing. He is equaling. So this is a really tight affair. Malyshev with a 2nd miss there. Just the 1 for him. Getting down to business end. Just the one hit for Malyshev. Needs to hit here. And that's an excellent bit of work from the man from the Russian Paralympic Committee, Malyshev. There we go. Malyshev with 2. And we are going to have to go to a shoot-off, are we? Yes, we are. Well, what tension, what drama.
Well, equal third position. This is a shoot-off for a medal. The winner of this shoot-off is guaranteed a Paralympic medal. You can feel the tension here at the Osaka shooting range.
Sawinski's been so good all the way through this competition.
A good start for the Polish athlete. 2 out of 2, putting the pressure on. Well, that makes both athletes on 2 out of 3. Malyshev missing his second and his fourth, though. Let's see if it comes down to this final shot.
That's excellent from Sawinski. Goodness me, look at the reaction from him. Well, he has been there or thereabouts at the top. Didn't have a very good series and had to go to the shoot-off. And so this is Malyshev who has to make way. Just outside of the medals. What a shame for the 45-year-old. Silver at London, silver in Beijing, and another medal denied in shooting since 1986. Had an 8-year absence after Athens, and he came back and has been there or thereabouts all the way through his career. 4th place for him then after the shoot-off. We know our medalists, it's pretty tight for silver and bronze, not so much for gold.
Well, whilst we've been concentrating on those athletes in that danger zone for the knockout, Huang has just been extending that lead at the top. So I think the focus now is going to be on the left-hand side as you look at the range. Huang will have his eyes firmly set on that gold medal. But right now, all the athletes will have their eyes firmly set on the sights of their pistol. This is most likely to be our battle for the silver and the bronze between Denisuk and Sawinski.
Denisuk is 32 years of age, one of our younger athletes here. Bronze in Rio in the 50-meter pistol. He's going to have to pull something out here. That's better. Sawinski will always be putting the pressure on.
Well, right now he could do with another stellar performance that we saw in his previous round, 4 out of 5. The best he can get now is a 3. Will that be enough?
Might be going to a... Oh, well, there is the green. And we are very tight again. Well, trying to separate these two is proving something of a challenge at the moment. Sawinski with 3, Denisuk with 2. Not quite time for either of those to make their way. We have a shoot-off again between these two.
Well, we saw Sawinski come through incredibly strong in that pressured situation in the last shoot-off to fight between bronze and 4th. Yeah. And now his chance to fight between silver and bronze.
Well, Huang just can relax, loosen up a little bit. defending champion, looking good. Great start from Deng Xiuk.
The tension. These next couple of shots will decide who wins the silver medal, and Sawinski is looking strong in the shoot-off position again. We saw him perform so well last time round. Has he done enough to secure the silver medal? One shot remains.
Well, 2 misses at the end, but you can see from the reaction of the Ukrainian that it just wasn't quite enough. He's disappointed with himself, but he has a medal, and I'm sure on reflection he'll be very happy.
Well, 5th place in Rio to now win the bronze 5 years later. I'm sure he will be delighted with that position.
So he makes his way back to his coach. Bronze medal for the Ukrainian. Bronze in the 50-meter pistol in Rio. So a man who has been on the podium before, and you suspect he might be again in future editions of the Paralympic Games.
Well, now looking at this scoreline, I think this is a confirmed deal here. Huang has a 6-point lead with just 5 shots remaining.
Well, he's been consistent throughout. He's earned his less than stressful last series. He has been really good, hasn't he? The defending champion already has a silver in the 10-meter air pistol competition here. He really is an excellent athlete.
Well, he'll still keep his focus, and it'll be interesting to see what he can do in these final 5 shots. And can Sawinski do himself proud and close that gap? The final 5 shots of this final.
Good start from the Polish athlete. So shooting was his hobby before his accident. I love his motto, don't wait, the time will never be just right. And Huang having a shocker of it last series, so just as well he had a bit of a cushion.
Well, I wonder if he's just relaxed a little bit too much. Interesting to see. This is quite unusual from the defending champion. Not what we'd expect to see, and we last glance at Sawinski, he was off to a stronger start.
Well, 1 to finish, but more than enough. Good work from both these men. They've been at the top for all the competition, really. Sawinski, bit of a dip in form, but the Chinese flag is unfurled again. The support in the stands delighted to see Huang Qing with that gold medal. He defends his title from Rio, and he really is an excellent athlete who has shown just what he can do here.
Well, a new Paralympic record, even with that less than perfect score at the end. He would have been frustrated with those final few shots, but taking a record and the title, I'm sure he'll be rejoicing, but maybe not quite as much as the celebrations we're seeing from this man. Szymon Sawinski is delighted with his silver medal.
Well, he was just outside the medals in Rio in the air pistol. He was in the final here for the air pistol and came 6th, and he is on the podium now. Bronze goes to Alexei Denisyuk of the Ukraine, a man who's competed at able-bodied shooting at national level. Sawinski still celebrating hard, isn't he? The 39-year-old from Zielona Góra. Well, it's an excellent performance, head and shoulders above everybody else. Huang Qing takes the gold for China, and defends his title.
Well, with 2 athletes in the final, showing consistency and depth in the shooting team for China. So many medals they are tallying up here at this Osaka shooting range.
Those are our 3 medalists. Those are the 3 who can celebrate. The medals about to come. Amazing for the Ukrainian. Almost the same day as he had the fall that gave him his impairment, he decided to quit the sport. He said, "I dreamt of a sports career. When I decided to abandon my dream, life harshly pushed me towards it again." He said he'd like to compete at the Olympics as well, so an ambitious young man. Coach and the athlete for Poland celebrating the silver, but no doubt about who was going to get the gold. Huang Xiang, outstanding, and he will be on the top step of the podium after a victory by a 6-point margin. The victory ceremony for the mixed 25-metre pistol competition, the SH1 category here at the Osaka shooting range. Exciting final it was, 3 shoot-offs as we came to find out who our medalists would be. And here they are, never really any doubt who'd be the gold medalist. Huang Xing, just absolutely imperious. These are our presenters. Toshiro Muto is the man who will be presenting the medals, and a very experienced lady in the world of shooting next to him. Makes these kind of events run very smoothly. Christine Paris from France. Well, focus now on the athletes, as it should be. Alexei Denisyuk of Ukraine takes the bronze, had a bronze in Rio in the 50-metre pistol competition. Had to fight hard to stay in the competition. Shoot off that could have seen him progress, didn't go his way, but the 32-year-old, what a moment for him.
Well, he adds this bronze medal to the bronze medal from the 50-metre event he won in Rio. 2 places better than he managed in this event. Finished 5th in Rio, now the bronze.
Confirmation then, Ukraine, Alexei Denisyuk takes the 3rd step of the podium. He was delighted at the end of the competition, even more excited on the podium. Szymon Sawinski of Poland, the 39-year-old, just outside the medals in Rio, in 4th place in the air pistol competition. But he is more than on the podium, he has the silver here. Quote in his biography about his philosophy: don't wait, the time will never be just right. Well, the timing at the moment is particularly sweet as the Polish athlete takes the silver. Huang Xing of China with the gold. He was top of the pile from the first series to the last and had a 6-point gap between him and silver. A well-deserved retention of this title.
Well, China just flying ahead on the medal table. 74 gold medals now, 155 in total. And this man adding to that impressive tally.
Yeah, he had a silver in the 10-metre air pistol, but has gone one better here. That's a 2nd gold after the Rio one in this discipline. Huang Xing takes the gold for China. Gold for Huang Xing and China. The man retains his title in absolute style here in Tokyo. Just 35 years of age, one of the younger of the 8 in the final. He has a gold medal. Let's just confirm that. Alexei Densyuk of Ukraine with the bronze. Szymon Sawinski of Poland with the silver. But no doubting the man on top of the podium, Huang Xing of China, head and shoulders above everybody else. Probably saw the signs from the volunteers saying, masks on please, masks on, but behind those masks there will be big smiles. All three. Biggest smile from Huang Xing, of course. Another one of those scouted by coaches who will go a long way to find a decent athlete with a bit of potential and coach him up or her up. Alexei Densyuk of Ukraine. His hobbies: philosophy, history, anthropology. There's a man with some serious, and I mean serious, the capital S, hobbies. Well, he will join the other three in celebrating his medals. Well done to all three, but particularly to Huang Xing of China with that gold medal here in the mixed 25-metre pistol competition.